Good morning, everybody. My name is Vanessa Donovan. If you don't know who I am, my channel's called For Those That Are Struggling. And I just wanted to jump on here and just talk about what has hit my spirit this morning. So, I gave a video a couple days ago called I Believe I Can Fly. And I was just talking about more in depth of things that I've been through and the struggles of my life and how I believe God's going to come through. And, I'd spoken in that video how, there wasn't people in my life to be able to stand up for me and stick up for me. And, I had a lot of siblings that went along with the abuse that I was going through because they were kids and, they didn't know how to stand up. And so this is what this video is about. It's, my biggest regret. One of my biggest regrets is not standing up for one of my little brothers. So, and I've carried this with me my whole life. And, you know, so I think I was probably like 14 or 15 years old. My dad saved his change and he'd keep it in a big old jar. And, I had an older brother. I seen him, get in it and, take some change from it. And so I'm like, okay, well, if he's doing it, at this time, I'm smoking cigarettes. I'm a rebellious kid. So I went behind him and I would take change for cigarettes. And I was doing it quite often. I don't know about my older brother. I just know I seen him do it at least once. So then my younger brother, he didn't know that we were doing this. And I seen him one day get in it and he took probably maybe 30, 40 cents. He was just a little boy. And like I was fearful. Like honestly, I'm like, if I get caught, like we're going to be in some huge trouble. You know, my dad was very strict and harsh and we all went through, you know, our own battles and living in that household. And one day my dad came to me and he was like, I want to talk to you. He's like, have you been stealing my money out of my change jar? And I was so fearful. I was like, no. And he's like, I have money missing. I know you've taken it. And I'm like, no, I didn't. And I said, it was my little brother that did. And my little brother was already being mistreated really, really bad. And I was so fearful and I didn't have enough courage to stand up and just take the blunt of the punishment for us all. And my little brother, my dad called him in there and he was like, have you taken money out of here? And he was like, yeah. And he was severely punished. And I have felt horrible my whole life for not standing up and taking that blunt punishment, for not having the courage as, an older sibling to stand up for him and to see what he had to go through. And I'm here to say, first of all, I'm sorry that I couldn't be that. I didn't have enough boldness and courage to do it. And then I put that on him. And he didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve the punishment that he got. He was so little, he didn't even really know any better. Little kids make mistakes. I was at the age of accountability. I knew what I was doing was right, or I knew right from wrong. And that has been a huge regret in my life for not standing up for him. And, it wasn't until this morning as I am like thinking about this, I was thinking about giving this word and it hit me for the very first time. I'm 38 years old and it hit me for the very first time that even though I was in the wrong and even though I didn't stand up for him and, I said it was him and he got severely punished, his mother should have stood up for him. His mother was there. It was his mother's responsibility to keep him safe. And, I was debating on, giving this word, it's not my place to give other people's testimonies and give their stories, but this has to do with me, and one of my biggest regrets that I've held on to, and I felt horrible my whole life that I did this, that I didn't have enough boldness and courage to receive the punishment. And I just received confirmation that, when we are in Christ, we are supposed to be walking boldly, and we're supposed to be speaking up for those that are silent, those that can't speak, those that don't have the boldness, those that don't have the courage to speak up on their own behalf. I've always been told, keep your mouth shut. You don't talk about issues. You don't tell people what's going on in your life and what's happened to you, or, what happens in your home stays in your home. But these are my testimonies, and these are things that has affected my life and has affected the people around me. And I know these people don't have the boldness and the courage to speak up, and this can help other people. So yeah, my biggest regret was not to have the courage and the boldness to take the punishment and stick up for my little brother, and I had to see him be severely punished, crying, knowing that he probably only took like 30 cents when I was over there taking like $3.20 for a pack of cigarettes, like frequently. And, when I went into foster care, before I went into foster care, I always told him I wouldn't leave him. I always told him I wouldn't leave him in that situation, that I'd always be there to protect him. And when I went into foster care, like, it destroyed me. It destroyed me that I broke my promise, that I wasn't there for him. He's okay today. Like, he's living a life. He has his family and stuff. Everyone's moved on. Everyone has their families and stuff. But it destroyed me knowing that I left him in a situation that I couldn't protect him. For me, I had to go. I couldn't tolerate it no more. I had to leave. But I always had that regret in me for not being there, for not being stronger. So I'm just here speaking on, this is something that, as kids, we're not strong. We need a parent. We need somebody in our life that's going to stand up for us, stick up for us, watch out for us, keep us safe, not allow abuse, not allow us to be mistreated. That's all I wanted to say today. I just wanted to share this with you. Happy Saturday. I hope you all have a blessed day. I love y'all. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.